Well, speaking of one crazy thing to another, now I'm an avid angler. I have a fishing pole. I got a bunch of fishing poles, and when you said pimp out your rod, I kind of had a different idea, but a really cool concept. Once I got to see what goes on here, you guys had a chance to check it out. Pimping out your rod.
It's really cool. This local guy, he's based in Sparks, and literally will customize your fishing rod with anything you want, from like graphic design. He'll even take he took the spider and built it into the actual
Black Widow spider, right?
Black Widow spider.
Unbelievable.
So Gary, how you doing?
Good, Stuart, how are you?
I'm all right. So we're here, we're in your kind of workshop, your lair. And so tell me a little bit about your background. How did you get into, kind of making fishing rods?
Well, the first fishing rod I ever made was when I was a Boy Scout. And I was 11 years old. And when I was finished with it, it was very unimpressive.
Really?
And then after that, I started doing repairs. And I built a couple rods for gifts. And then that was pretty much the extent of it, and I tinkered around here and there. And then about 4 years ago, I was on eBay and I saw a guy that had a rod on there with a feather inlay on it. And I thought it was very interesting. And so I emailed the guy and I said, "Is that a real feather?" And he goes, "Yes, it is," and he told me a little bit about it, but he wouldn't tell me how he did it. So I was determined after that to learn to do the feather inlay, because I thought it was amazing. And I figured it out on my own, and it actually sparked a whole new interest of rod building for me again. And it made the art exciting.
But you were telling me, obviously, your background is as a machinist.
Okay.
And does that has helped you, obviously, be able to, make rods?
Yes. I have 15 years machining experience, and I think of the thousandths of the inch. I use calipers throughout all of my work. I'm always measuring from the distance of the guide foot to the end of the thread wrap.
Okay.
So it tapers down as we go.
Now, the incredible thing, which I find fascinating, is these are custom made. People can come to you and basically design whatever they would like based on a rod, correct?
Correct. Basically, you come to my house or call me and you pick the blank, and you need to tell me what you're fishing, how long you want it, what weight you want for fly rods. And I do a variety of fishing rods, but we'll just talk about fly rods for right now. But anyways, we start with a blank, then we pick guides, reel seat, color scheme, and then grip design.
Okay. And then something that I found very, very interesting, which we were just talking to you a second ago, which actually scared your wife, I understand, which was you actually found on here a Black Widow. Now, this wasn't just kind of dead already or anything like this. This was a live Black Widow that you put into this rod, correct?
Yes. Yes, this Black Widow I found out in my garage. And I thought, that would look really cool holding a piece of fire opal. And that's raw Mexican fire opal. And I actually inlaid the Black Widow so he looks like he's holding the fire opal. And I put him upside down so you could see the red dot, because I thought that was interesting too.
Now that's, because to me that is, I've, know a little bit about fishing, but not much. But to see some of your designs are just incredible, because to have something like a Black Widow kind of built into a rod is just fascinating and interesting and just extremely unique, I'm sure, to anybody.
Yeah, and they're pretty common here, but that doesn't mean they're common in other parts of the world, and that might be very attractive to someone somewhere else.
So when you're working with someone to build a rod, okay, so they ask you, okay, I want certain specifications, kind of certain artwork, and then are you allowed to then be creative? Do you design upon that or work with them?
Definitely. If they have a preference or maybe even a new design, that's one thing about me as my personality. I like to pick and choose from people individually, and I take a little bit from every customer almost, and everyone I run into. And, sometimes somebody will come up with an idea and I'll run with it.
Very cool. And then you're totally self-sufficient here as well, correct? You've got all your own, you know, kind of resource to build these rods and be able to have people come here and then work with you, you know, from beginning to end.
Yes, definitely.
Very cool. And then what are the kind of price ranges for people as well?
Well, the rods range, you know, but usually it starts at $300 to $1,500.
Okay. And how would people contact you to find find more details on the rods?
Well, I have a website, and it's renocustomrods.com, and that's probably the best way to contact me.
Well, thank you very much, Gary, for giving us an insight behind-the-scenes look here. And obviously, fishing season's here, so get hold of Gary and get yourself an extremely unique rod. So if you get the chance, you're into fishing, season's right here, perfect timing. Check it out and go and get a rod.
You know, Stuart, I guess you could say he has fly rods.
But I'm British, I don't understand. Anyway.